Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello and welcome to today's webinar on 2019 summer courses and internships in Germany. Thank you for joining us today. This is going to be a quick overview of the possibilities that are available to students, undergraduate and graduate, in Germany. My name is Hanni Geist. I'm the Senior Manager in University Relations in the DAAD Information Center in San Francisco. And with me today is Dr. Dolores Burkert, who's the Liaison Officer for the TU Munich office here in San Francisco as well. So this is a joint effort of the opportunities that are available in Germany. Before we jump into the webinar, just a few housekeeping items. So you're all muted. But you are able to get in touch with us using this question box. You just type in your question. If it's a quick question, I will answer it right away if I can. Otherwise, if it's a general questions, I will collect those and then take it to the Q&A at the very end of this presentation. You can actually download both of our presentations. Here in the handout section, you see the summer courses and internships. That's my presentation through DAAD. And then you have the flyer from Technical University Munich. So you can download that right away. If you can't download it right away, this will also be available on our webinar page later on, along with the recording. And I will send a follow-up email to all registered attendees. And so you will have the link later through the email. And of course, you can get in touch with us during the webinar, but also later on. What is today's agenda? So briefly, I will talk to you about DAAD, and then I will jump right in to what we have through the University Summer Course Grant, and that is specifically for students for the humanities, liberal arts, but it is also available to students in the natural science fields who want to take some summer courses in Germany. And then the second opportunity through DAAD I would like to talk to you about today is the research internships in science and engineering, and this is available for undergraduates and graduates. And then in the second part of this webinar, Dr. Dolores Burkert will talk to you about the TU Munich and the Practical Research Experience Program PREP that is available. And then at the very end, we have the Q&A where we get all your questions answered. So let's jump right into the first part of this presentation on DAAD. What is DAAD? We're the German National Agency for International Academic Cooperation and Exchange. Simply put, we're the higher education arm of the German government representing German higher education and research abroad. So we do offer general information on studying and research in Germany. If you have any general questions, you can get in touch with us and or visit our websites for more general information. And then, of course, we do have scholarships and grants for all disciplines and all stages. So there's quite a bit more that DAAD offers. As I said, I will just talk to you today about the University Summer Course Grant and the RISE internship opportunities, but please feel free to visit our website for all available scholarships and grants on the undergraduate and graduate level. But also, if you listen and you're a faculty member, we do also have funding opportunities available for faculty and researchers. Just a quick overview for you so that you know where we're located. Our regional office is in New York. The other office in the US is in San Francisco with me as a representative. And then if you're listening from Canada, we do have an office in Toronto with our two colleagues there at the University of Toronto. And the other dots on this map here represent the research ambassadors and the young ambassadors. And you can see here there's a link to both the research ambassadors and the young ambassadors with a profile where they study or whether research in the US or Canada, and where they studied or researched in Germany and also the field, and they have a DAAD email address. So if you have questions, there are a few young ambassadors who've actually participated in the RISE program. Get in touch with them, ask them all the questions that you have. They're happy to help you. And now the opportunities to study in Germany, the university summer course grant. You see here the long URL. You can click on that in the PDF when you download that. This is available for juniors and seniors and graduate students. This is a summer course taught in German at German universities. It is 3 to 4 weeks, so it's a short summer course for students. And what you need to have for this is either it's a 1 year or 2 semester minimum language requirement, so that's the equivalent of A1. But you can participate in this program if you've acquired those German skills, maybe during high school or during an exchange in Germany. So you don't necessarily have to have taken German classes at your university. Just so long you have the language skills and you're on the A1 level minimum. The focus of these university summer course grants are on German literature, culture, politics, and economics. Again, this is open to really all fields. You don't necessarily have to study German. If you have an interest, you would like to take a summer course in one of these topics, you're eligible to apply. It's just so long you have the minimum German requirements. You receive 950 euros as a scholarship, and that should cover your living expenses, your accommodation, and also your food. And you will also receive health insurance and a travel allowance. Now, how do you apply to this one? You go to the link summerschools.de. There are actually more than 300 courses for the summer of 2019. However, there are a lot of these courses also at German universities that are not supported by DAAD summer course grants. So when you go to this website, you have the opportunity to select and filter, and you can choose the course type. And when you choose, you can either choose a language course or a short course, a content course, and then make sure you click DAAD scholarships available, and that will give you, as you see here, 124 results. And you can also see on the right hand side, it has this blue ribbon scholarships available. And so you can even further filter these summer courses by location and also the content course. And then you can just browse through the catalog of the courses that are available for next summer. And the deadline to apply for this summer course grant is December 1st. So please take note of this. There are different deadlines to apply here directly to the university. You wouldn't apply to the university directly. So it's really through the DAAD summer schools, university summer school grant that you would apply for through our website. And again, the deadline is December 1st. Keep in mind, December 1st is the deadline in Germany. So have your personal deadline if you apply from the United States or Canada, especially if you apply from the West Coast of the United States or Canada. Have your personal deadline set to the last day of November. So just to make sure that you actually get your application into the portal in time, because once the deadline has passed, the portal will close, and if you're not registered within the portal, we will not be able to consider your application. So this is the opportunity for summer courses. Really, as I said, it's for all academic fields. Minimum language requirement is A1, and you can actually also in this database, you can filter the courses by the level of German. So if your level of German is way higher and you would like to take a more demanding course, you can certainly do so, and you can select this in the database as well. Now we come to the internship part of this presentation. You will hear more from the TU Munich opportunities through their PrEP internships here in a little bit. But first, we're going to talk about RISE. RISE stands for Research Internships in Science and Engineering. And this internship really gives you the opportunity to use your summer break to build your resume for your professional and or academic career. These are internships in an international setting. And not only do you get a head start with an international internship, but, and I think that's also very important, you also get paid for that. And there are a lot of other perks. And let's jump into the details right now. So again, as I said, RISE stands for Research Internships in Science and Engineering. The first program is RISE Germany, which is the internship for sophomores and juniors at the time of the application. The internships are in the fields of biology, chemistry, earth sciences, engineering, and physics. And we're now also offering, since this year, internships in the field of computer sciences. The internships are 10 to 12 weeks in the summer, and the earliest you can start is mid-May. The latest you can start is late June. So you have a little bit of wiggle room in when you want to start your internship. And this internship is a research internship where you work directly with a German doctoral student at one of the top labs at German universities. German is not required. The language in the lab is English, but you do get the opportunity to participate in a 2-week intensive language course if you choose so. So this is not mandatory, but if you are interested, you can apply for this one in addition to the internship. And with the internship, you receive 750 euros per month. You get an international travel subsidy and health insurance. And while we do not provide housing right away, the doctoral student will assist you with housing options, and also the DAAD staff should you not be able to find housing easily. And then in addition to that, DAAD will also offer a paid for 3-day RISE meeting in Germany that usually takes place in Heidelberg, but it may take place in a different city next year. And this will give you the wonderful opportunity to meet other RISE interns and also DAAD staff members. The deadline for this one is December 15th. The database just opened. So you have a little bit of time to apply for this one. I'll go into details on how to apply in a little bit. But before I do so, I'll talk a little bit about RISE Professional because the application procedure is very similar. So let's talk briefly about RISE Professional. This is, as the name suggests, a professional internship. You see here the logos of a few German companies. And so RISE Professional is an internship opportunity at German universities. This is for master's and PhD students in the STEM fields. And this is a workplace internship also of up to 3 months. And the German requirements really depend on the nature of the internship. There are a few internships that don't require any German. There are a few that require some German. So just go to the database and go to the individual internships, and you'll see which ones require German or no German at all. You will also receive a monthly stipend. That depends on your academic standing. For master's students, that will be 750 euros. For PhD students, it would be 1,000 euros. And you will also receive international domestic travel subsidy and also health insurance. And just like for RISE Germany, you will also be invited to the meeting, and you will also be able to apply for a 2-week intensive language course. So how do you find your internship? You see here the link to the databases. You register to the databases. On the left is RISE Germany. On the right is the RISE Professional. You can see here, you can choose your subject area for RISE Germany, even your field of specialization and the type of university. You can even search for a specific term. and then you'll see the internships that are available for next summer. And then once you go through the database, you can even save internships. You can apply for up to 3 internships at a time with one application. You see here what documents you will need to submit. I will not list them all. You can read them up. Again, feel free to download this presentation, but you will also find what kind of documents you will need on the respective websites. And so this is an online application system where you upload your applications via the portal. And last but not least, before I head over the microphone to my colleague, how do you submit a successful application? So the really important is for you why going to Germany it will be an advantage to you and will be critical for your academic or professional goals. Show your passion for the topic and demonstrate research experience. Keep in mind this is the German Academic Exchange Service, so these internships and scholarships are merit-based. We do require quality letters of recommendations, and so for that, make sure you get in touch with your professor ahead of time. Show them your application documents so that they really know what you're actually applying for, and take your time to go to their office hours and talk to them about your goals and what you would like to do in Germany. And then again, for RISE, apply to really up to 3 internships to maximize your chances. Make sure your application is on time and complete. Again, the deadline is always German time, so have your personal deadline set to at least 1 or 2 days prior to the official deadline, so that if there are any issues, you can also get in touch with us for some technical support. And then last but not least, we have FAQs on our websites. Make sure you go through them. They really answer a lot of the questions. And that was all that I wanted to let you know. Again, use the question box if you have any questions later on. But for now, I would like to hand over the microphone to my colleague, and I will also share her screen so that she can show you her slides.
Thank you very much, Honey. Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting to Munich to today's webinar. And I'm very pleased to give all participants a short overview about our summer research internship program called PREP. But let me briefly talk about TU Munich first to all who don't know about TU Munich. The university combines top-class facilities for cutting-edge research with a unique learning opportunity for currently about 41,500 students. The spectrum of disciplines at our university includes medicine, engineering, the natural and life sciences, as well as political and social sciences and management. TU Munich is one of the biggest technical universities in Germany and one of 11 German universities of excellence. The university has 14 departments built on 2 key success factors, which is disciplinary excellence and interdisciplinary network. Our subject portfolio provides a lot of opportunities for students and it allows us to provide 178 degree courses. At the moment, we have 546 professors, about 7,000 peer-reviewed publications per year, and about 1,000 research agreements with, for example, industry partners every year. TU Munich is Germany's #1 university for founders. It is among the top 4 European technical universities and just recently, to give you another example, ranked #6 worldwide in artificial intelligence research. The university spans 4 large sites in Bavaria, in the south of Germany, in Munich, in Garching, in Weihenstephan, and Straubing. These are home to the 14 departments I already mentioned and the university's most important research facilities. Our university is also represented internationally today with locations of its own on several continents. For example, in 2002, we established the German Institute of Science and Technology in Tumasia in Singapore, making it the first German university to set up an offshore campus. With over 160 partner universities on all continents, TU Munich is interconnected, promoting the exchange of students, researchers, and joint research projects. The university is active in international networks with the aim of pursuing strategic objectives collaboratively. For no country, no university can master the challenge of our time on its own. And so we also have liaison or satellite offices, for example, here in San Francisco, which is part of a global network of 6 liaison offices, including Beijing, Brussels, Cairo, Sao Paulo, and Mumbai. But let's talk about our practical research experience program. With our PrEP program, the university invites excellent North American students each summer to spend an at least 10-week-long research stay at TU Munich. The participating students gain valuable insights into the research work at Germany's top-ranked university and enhance their technical and methodological qualifications. Together with our TUM scientists, although students work in small research teams at different TUM chairs on a previously defined research project. Through individual support, buddies, and a variety of PrEP events, like, for example, a kickoff event, an orientation week, or also a closing event, the participants will be well integrated at TU Munich and in Munich in a short time. The language of the PrEP program is English, like the RISE program, and German language skills are not required for the participation. What are the prerequisites? All the applicants must be undergrad or graduate students with at least 2 years of undergraduate studies completed when enrolling in the program. A GPA minimum of 3.0, specific, depending on the project, sometimes specific project skills, but as I said, no German skills are required. The projects for our TUM Practical Research Experience program are offered by various university chairs and are therefore diverse. Several projects are of an interdisciplinary nature, for which reason students interested in the program are encouraged to look for a project beyond their academic discipline. So for summer 2019, we offer over 70 projects in 13 departments. On our website, you will find all project descriptions with its specific prerequisites, required study level, and planned working hours per week. Also, a couple of words about the application and admission process. What is the application procedure? The students should only apply online on our website via the application form and the submission of the required application documents. You will find all those information on the website. The students applying for a specific project can name another one as their second choice in the online portal. Application deadline for next summer is November 30th this year. Applications will be assessed in close cooperation with project supervisors. We always attempt to place PrEP applicants according to their priorities. The selection of the PrEP applicants will be completed by the different TUM University chairs between mid-December and the end of January. During this period, all applicants and partner institutions will also be informed about the outcome of their applications. As I said, there are no fees for our PrEP program itself. This slide here shall give you an overview about the total estimates expenses. I don't want to go into much detail here, but although individual figures may vary with regard to personal spending habits, PrEP participants should anticipate approximately these expenses for their 3-month stay in Munich. And for students not sponsored otherwise, TUM provides a scholarship for about $1,400. This scholarship will be paid in 2 installments during the stay in Munich. What other services are provided by TUM? We will reserve dorm rooms for all program participants and will help find students accommodation in Munich. There will be individual support through our PrEP program manager, and she will act as a single point of contact for program participants. Additionally, all participants will be supported by student buddies. All PrEP participants will also obtain a certificate of participation, as well as a written evaluation of their research work from their supervisors. Mentioned it earlier, there will be a kickoff event with special information and networking opportunities for all program stakeholders. There is an orientation week during the first week of the program with various events and activities for all students. For example, a Munich City tour, intercultural training, industry visits, and networking opportunities. There will also be framework program, and our manager offers a special framework program with activities and events designed for TUM PrEP students. And moreover, the program participants can join the activities organized by our TUM organization helping and supporting international students. There will also be a closing event, and yeah, I hope you find all this information helpful. This was a short overview about our program, and I am happy to answer further questions. Please get in touch with me or also our program manager, Sarah, and I listed her contact details here. She's located in Munich, and we're all happy to help you with further information. Thank you.
Thank you, Dolores. Are there any questions? This was a really brief overview. There's quite a bit of more information, of course, available on our respective websites. And again, if you do have any follow-up questions, you can always get in touch with us. So someone asks if students can use the DAAD and TUM scholarship together. Those are 2 different kind of programs. So RISE is a program, an internship program, where you apply to the internship and then you get funding through DAAD. And the TUM PrEP research experience is a different kind of program, and you will also can receive a scholarship for that. So those are 2 different applications, 2 different opportunities, so you wouldn't be able to use those together. How do you download a presentation? So yeah, in your GoToWebinar toolbox, where you on the bottom where you put in the question, one of the lower ones, it says handout, and you click on the arrow to open that up, and that will show you the 2 presentations, and you can download it. But again, if you can't find it now, it will be available on the website, and I will send a follow-up link today, and you can download it from the website. So someone says, was late to the presentation. Are there any German-only programs like Masters in German Language? Yes, I did present on the University Summer Course Grant, and that is available to students who want to take summer courses in Germany, 3 to 4 weeks. You can download the presentation and take a look at that. It's going to be the summer course grant you want to apply for. Is the application based on a rolling basis for DAAD? No. So the deadline is December 15th for RISE for the university summer course grant. The deadline is December 1st, and we'll wait until the deadline to take a look at any of the applications, and then only when the deadline has passed, we're going to look at all the applications and then make a decision. Dolores, how is it for the application for PrEP? Does it make a difference to apply as early as possible, or is it similar to our program that you wait until the deadline to take a look at the applications?
Yes, it's actually similar to the DAAD programs. Our application period is between early October and the end of November. So this year, for example, the application process started October 8th and it runs through November 30th.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you.
And that's yeah, every year the same.
Okay. I do have a comment and a question from Robert Emmett, and he actually says he had the pleasure of visiting with Sarah Basuko at the TOM 2 weeks ago during a research trip in Munich. And he did an info session for students at Virginia Tech. He has a question about preparing the PrEP application, since applicants indicate preference for the top 2 projects but go into general pool. Can you offer tips on how to make a competitive application for the PrEP opportunity?
So yeah, actually, it's similar as Honey mentioned earlier. Take your time. That's the most important thing in terms of preparing the application, and then there will be a motivation letter, and yeah, that's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
To tell the supervisor why you're interested, to tell the supervisor more about yourself, about your research you already did, and yeah.
And then maybe to add to that, again, the reference letter is really important, so that students really have a very personal letter, and not only ask the professor to write one, but really show them their application material, talk to the professor about it, and really have a very, very detailed, very personal, strong recommendation letter. I think this will definitely stand out and make an application very competitive.
Yes, and to add on that as well, late or incomplete applications cannot be considered.
Mm-hmm. I have a question for someone who's currently not enrolled at a university or at a university to improve German skills. So, I mean, the summer courses, the database that I showed you earlier, they do also have language courses that are available to learn German. Those wouldn't be funded through DAAD. So the only courses that are funded through DAAD are the ones that are listed in the database. So, I mean, there are some that do focus on language, but you will have to know a little bit. But if you're currently not a student, you can go to universities for the summer to learn German. But otherwise, there are language schools in the United States. And of course, the Goethe Institute, for example, offers language courses. These are available to individuals that are currently not students, so that would be an option. I have a good question from Corinne, and she asks if we want an American style resume or a German style resume for the application. So for our application, we would like to see a German style resume, and you can just if you search online for German style resume or CV, you get really good examples on how to how to format that. How about for the TU Munich? Do they have to submit a resume? And if so, is that an American style or German style resume? Dolores, I think you're muted.
We're sorry. So as part of the application, we like to see students also send in a resume. But other than DAAD, we would like to take we take the German or the US style resume. However, we would prefer also the German style resume. And yeah, Hani mentioned where you can find more details on that. But we would also take an American style resume.
Mm-hmm. And then another question for prep. How selective is it? Could you give an approximate acceptance rate for the internships?
So we do offer, and I think I mentioned it in the presentation. So for example, for next year, we provide about 70 projects, and students are welcome to apply for those. But we only take about 30 to 40 students right now. So it's very selective, and actually it's not open to all universities. We have a preferred list of universities we invite to where we invite students to apply. But over the years, we will take more students, and we will offer more projects.
Mm-hmm. And then just kind of as a footnote to that for RISE. And RISE offers a lot of internships. Every year we offer 300 internships to students from the US, Canada, and Great Britain. And it differs how competitive it is. So internships in well-known cities like Munich, for example, or Berlin or Hamburg are usually very competitive just because the cities are well known, and you've got the name recognition, and then of course certain universities get a lot of application, but then there are also some topics and certain fields that are very popular, and so you can kind of tell just by where they are located and what the topic is, that there are going to probably be quite a few applications for those. But then there will be others in maybe lesser known cities, lesser known universities, maybe topics that are lesser known. And those tend to have fewer applications. And so that's why I recommend really applying to 3 internships at a time to really maximize your chances, and then also planning it strategically, maybe having your number 1 university, your number 1 city, but then also going through the list of topics, and maybe also picking one that is maybe a little bit more obscure, and just to increase your chances of getting accepted. I have another question, and that's a really good question from Corinne. If the reference must come from a college professor, she says, I'm very close with my high school German teacher, but yeah. So for us, for DAAD, it should be from a college professor, and it is true that the higher the title, the better. It will certainly be more impressive if you have a reference letter from a professor. And I know, especially for some certain STEM fields for undergraduates, a lot of students may have courses through like teaching assistants, for example. If you don't have a course with a professor, go to their office hours, talk to them about their goals, and ask them for a recommendation letter. Is not uncommon for undergraduates to ask professors for recommendation letters, even if they haven't had them in courses. So for that, go to their office hours, show them your application material, and talk to them about your projects. You shouldn't really ask a high school teacher to write the recommendation letter, but really ask a professor. How's it for the TUM PREP internship?
Yeah, since it is a research internship program at the university, we usually like to see a recommendation or a letter of recommendation by a professor or academic supervisor. So, as you said earlier, honey, it's the same with TU Munich.
And we have one more question, and that is about the research ambassadors. Yes. So on the website, the map itself says 16, 17. We haven't updated that yet, but the list itself for the research ambassadors is recent, and all the profiles are recent. It's already 41, so we maxed out our time. But so if there is any urgent question coming in now, we'll be happy to answer those. Otherwise, feel free to get in touch with us, either Dolores for the TU Munich opportunities, or me for DAAD opportunities for the summer course grant for RISE. But even if you have any other general questions about studying, doing research in Germany, or all the other funding that we offer, feel free to get in touch with us. Dolores, is there anything else that you wanted to say before we close this webinar?
No, as you said, please get in touch with us, and we are happy to answer any further questions. And remember, the deadline for PrEP is November 30th.
Thank you. Yeah, for University Summer Course Grant, it's December 1st, and then for RISE, it's December 15th. So you have a little bit more time left. But again, for both TU Munich and DAAD programs, really start your application early, work on it several times, work on your draft several times, show it to your peers. Also, I recommend, if you do have a career center on campus, if you do have a scholarship office on campus, a study abroad office on campus, make use of those resources, show them your application material. Oftentimes they have already a lot of experience with those applications. They know what you should write, and they can really give you some great advice. So really make use of those resources. And with that, thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you, Dolores, for joining me and talking about more opportunities available at TUM. And so thank you. Have a wonderful day. And again, you will see a follow-up email from me, and you can download the presentations and also review this recording. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye.